back. You're watching Innovative Game Changers presented by EY. Vineet Nair and C.P. Gurnani are synonymous with strong and steady leadership for their management of Tech Mahindra, India's fifth largest IT services company. Vineet Nair started his career with the Indian Administrative Service, went on to work with international multilateral agencies, then with public and private sector companies. C.P. Gurnani has invested 31 years in the information technology sector. Together, Nair and Gurnani have molded and shaped Tech Mahindra into what it is today.
I got one of my biggest entrepreneurial breaks along with Vineet. 1995, Vineet came back from World Bank. We were meanwhile discussing a joint venture with Pero Systems. Vineet became the founder CEO of HCL Pero Systems. I became the founder, president and chief operating officer of HCL Pero Systems. So Vineet and I nurtured that organization as owners. You would call it as entrepreneurs. I would call it as entrepreneur managers.
I worked in the HCL Technologies and HCL Pero Systems for about 6 years. By that time, HCL Pero Systems was sold back to Pero Systems, and I thought it was time for me to move on. So I left HCL Technologies, and in fact, I was thinking of retiring at that point of time and getting into education of the underprivileged. But then Mr. Mahindra, Anand came, met me and said that he had a tiny company which had kind of stagnated for a while. It had been in existence for 15-20 years, but had clearly missed a number of opportunities which came to other IT companies, and see if I could come and manage it. So I and CP, we moved to what was then MBT.
Mahindra British Telecom was about $100 million, about 5,000 people company, and this was Lord's year 2004. And we looked at the company. We really loved the focus on telecom. We loved the focus on technology. We also realized what a strong relationship they have with BT. And we said, yeah, this is a kind of a company. It would be fun upscaling it. I mean, that time we thought, we'll go to different verticals. We'll go into finance. We'll go into healthcare. But, Frank Hancock started the conversation with BT as well as Mahindra's. And we ended up becoming equity partners, small equity partners in Mahindra British Telecom. We joined Mahindra British Telecom in 2004, and last 9 years has been great fun.
Well, I've interacted with them pretty continuously over the past 15 years since first meeting them. I think their greatest strength is their teamwork. They've known each other extremely well for many, many years, and they work in a very close and complementary fashion.
It was, as we had been forewarned, a relatively small company, $125 million, out of which 90% came from BT. And we looked at it, we thought it had potential, it had a fairly good technology staff, and so we went in there, and for next to 6 to 8 years we had been working there. I think we have done all right. What was then a tiny company is now the fifth largest company in India in IT.
The company has grown from 5,000 people to 85,000 people. Company has grown from 100 million to almost $3.2 billion. And overall, we took the company public in 2006. We ended up buying Satyam, and every day has been fun. We and the team at Tech Mahindra have enjoyed the journey. And I can only say, if it is called entrepreneurship, yes, but from our perspective, it has been a great fun.
Diversification is the key to growth, and very early on the decision to branch out into different verticals was taken by Vineet Nair and C.P. Gurnani.
It was a company which was focused on telecom, and that also had one client which accounted for 90% of the company, which was British Telecom. There were pluses and there were minuses. The plus was that our knowledge in telecom was fairly deep. We were working with British Telecom, which technologically speaking is fairly advanced. So our level and knowledge of telecom technology was very good. We had a choice whether we diversify immediately into other verticals or become a specialist in telecom and grow our knowledge, which is 1 mile wide but 10 miles deep. We took this alternative. So we started growing the telecom vertical, and we started expanding our client base, and we got a number of other major clients. We acquired a leadership position in telecom. We realized that there was an element of vulnerability in as much as we were focused on one vertical. So when the Satyam opportunity came by, we took a leap. Some people said leap into darkness. Other people like us believed it was a leap of faith, that we knew that the basic capabilities of Satyam were great.
Acquisition of Satyam was a turning point. So at every stage we have taken decisions. Sometimes they have looked very, very difficult. Sometimes they have looked impossible. But we have put our heart and soul, and it's not only us, it's actually the whole management team, the whole leadership council at Tech Mahindra have put their heart and soul to make it work.
Going public was a bold step for Tech Mahindra, and it proved successful for the company.
We did an IPO, it was the most successful IPO. A lot of people will actually say is that we revived the stock market in 2006 when we came up with an IPO.
Change is inevitable, and these visionaries accepted change and molded their workings to suit the need of the hour.
We have now a very good base. Obviously, we have to meet the challenges of changing technology, because in case you don't change, especially in the area of technology, you very soon become part of history. And it definitely is not our objective to be part of history. We are going to be with it. We have outstanding leadership in the company. CP is an amazing chief executive, and I think under his leadership, this company is bound to do very, very well.
It's been an exciting journey. By every standard, Satyam acquisition was a big challenge. And the reason it was a big challenge was that we had to keep the ship running. We had to motivate the management team. We had to make sure that we all are able to work together towards financials, towards the forensics, towards the legal fires. We had to make sure that we had a lot of excess weight. We had to, right size ourselves as an organization. We had to make sure that the customers who were leaving us, we are able to work towards retention of our customers. We had to continuously invest in technology. We had to improve the profitability of the organization. So yes, that phase would be considered as one of the most challenging parts. But I think underlying spirit of the leadership team, underlying spirit of the employees, frankly, when I look back, it's that feeling of being at war.
Achievements of this scale are only possible with an underlying philosophy, and here's what Vineet Nayyar believes in.
Be professional, and above all, have integrity, not in the common sense of the word of money and stuff like that, but integrity in intellectual level, integrity in spirit. And I do believe that integrity is not good in itself as a value, but it's also good for business. Look at the houses in India or elsewhere who have serious values in terms of integrity, in terms of honesty, in terms of professionalism. those are the businesses which survive. It is the joy of the change rather than joy of arriving.
Technology is ever changing, and the aim for this IT giant is to tap all the innovations over the next few years.
I think technology, as we see it today, is going to be all pervasive. It is all pervasive today, but it's going to even become even more. The fact is that today, if you have 1 billion smart devices, you're talking about 50 billion smart devices in the next 5 years. Even if we go wrong by a year or two, we are talking about next 5 to 7 years, 50 billion smart devices. My feeling is that our business will get transformed, our organization will get transformed. A lot of ways, the way we have traditionally done business in this sector, and it's not a small sector. Today, it's about 110 billion export sector. I mean, if we have to reinvent ourselves, if we have to continuously not only be meaningful, but be the leader, I think there are a horde of challenges. And as I said, those challenges will keep us going.
Frank Hancock, who opened the journey of Tech Mahindra for them, talks about their complementary managerial skills that has enabled Tech Mahindra to sustain all odds.
Beneath, underneath the statesman-like exterior, I would say one of his great strengths is his approach to risk management. He's extremely cautious, combining that with an aggressive sort of external approach. He's actually extremely cautious and very good at looking at drawbacks in arguments or problems or risks and in mitigating those risks. CP has more of a buccaneering, almost if I might say, piratical approach to looking for business, which is very necessary in an industry like technology where you're needing to win new accounts. And that combination of the buccaneering with the cautious, I think, has enabled this team to really work and gel over the past many years.
So let's raise our voice in song. Come on and sing along. Entrepreneurs and EY are building a better working world. Innovators take the spotlight. Tonight your dreams will turn to gold.
That's a wrap on the third edition of Innovative Game Changers presented by EY. Remember to tune in next week. That's when you'll meet the EY Entrepreneur of the Year 2013 and the recipient of the EY Lifetime Achievement Award. Till next week then, goodbye.